Right, Ambitions fans. Now, as promised, this video is about, can the series be saved? First off, a petition will be pinned to the top comment, so make sure you fill out that petition, just sign it, and spread the word around by spreading the petition on social media. Basically, we're trying to get the show back on the air in some way, shape, or form. And this video is pretty much talking about, can the series be saved? Do I want it to? Heck yes. I love the show. I reviewed it on the channel. I loved every episode. And in some ways, I felt it was better than the haves and the have-nots. I dare say that both Ambitions and Greenleaf proved to be better than the haves and the have-nots, in my opinion. At least in the past couple seasons, the first couple seasons of the haves and the have-nots, top tier. But honestly, when it comes down to it, I really do feel like there are multiple ways for the show to be revived. What I don't want to see is, unfortunately, like a lengthy hiatus, like a 2-year break. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a 2-year gap in between the season 3 finale of the game on the CW when they dropped that show and season 4, which was picked up on BET 2 years later? Because I feel like there was a time skip, because at the beginning of the first episode, there was like 2 years later. It was just a dream. What was it, B.O.B. just a moment ago? That was a very catchy song. And it was like, catching up on what the characters were now. Like Derwin was the new, Jason Pitts. Jason Pitts was on a sports network show. Malik messing around with his boss, his wife, Megan Good. Things like that. They kind of fast forwarded. But I really do feel like when it comes down to it, we live in a day and age where with enough fan power, back in the day it was fan letters. Nowadays it's tweets, retweets, videos, hashtags. I hope to see Ambitions in some capacity within the next year. I mean, it could be on BET Plus because Will Packer has programs over there like Tyler Perry does. It could be on Netflix. I wouldn't be against that, but I do feel the show should come back in some way, shape, or form. Should it come back on the own network? I'm not saying that I would be against that, but I feel like kind of like the Oval and Sisters, while those shows might not be super good compared to the haves and the have-nots, it is a bigger platform on BET. So what if Ambitions was on BET? Would it get higher ratings? I think it would. I honestly do think it would. I think that maybe if there isn't if there isn't another network in like a bidding war trying to pick up Ambitions quickly, perhaps, there could be a way to see if the show could be saved by putting the show on Netflix and seeing how the views go on there. I really don't know the Netflix metric system. I'm guessing based on the number of people who click on a show or a movie or a comedy special, that kind of warrants whether or not this show is great enough for a season 2 or some along those lines. Because I mean, Greenleaf is on Netflix, and aren't there other owned shows that are on Netflix? Honestly, I don't know, but I just feel like that could be a good measuring bar. Another one, they did this with Greenleaf season 1. They put the show on DVD. Maybe if DVD sales are high, that could warrant a season 2. Again, I'm just thinking out loud because not all the time can fan petitions or whatnot save something or make change. Sometimes it's all about the money. So all I'm saying is, if Ambitions is either on Netflix and or DVD, heck yeah, I buy it. Just like I've always said, I will happily buy the haves and the have-nots if Loving You Is Wrong if they put it on DVD, because I love those shows. Even though I've watched all the episodes, I've done reviews, have-nots anyway, on a majority of the episodes, either through blog or video form, I would still watch it because it's a fun trip down memory lane, and also a major way to see things being set up during the early days of the show and to see how drastically some characters have changed, along with seeing characters we haven't seen in years because they were killed off or written out of the show. So I think Ambitions, it can be saved. I just don't know how it's going to come back. All I hope is that it doesn't take a long time, because it's just one of those things where I really feel like this show deserves to come back and come back soon, because of the fact that it was great story, excellent characters, amazing pacing, and storylines that I really want to see taken to the next level. The cast members were fantastic on social media. Some of the most interactive cast that I've ever interacted with from any of the shows I review. So I think if nothing else, I really want to see, is Titus dead? Who did Hunter shoot? Did Stephanie's dad get shot? Is Amara going to find out that Damien's alive? What about the dynamic between her and Stephanie? How did that shift with Stephanie covering up a death that, Amara think that she actually did because she saved Stephanie's life? So, and the list goes on. Because honestly, for me, one of the biggest things I want to see is Greg Peters and Rondell interacting, given the fact that Greg Peters now owns a major share in the restaurant, Thelma's Place, because Darcia sold it to Greg. So I do feel like, with the fan support, we can really make it happen. But let me know in the comment section below, if Ambitions is brought back for season 2, how would you want it brought back? Would you want it placed on the OWN network again? Do you want to see it on BET or BET Plus? Do you think it should be brought to Netflix? How would you want Ambitions brought back? I know I want it back. Like I said, make sure you sign the petition. And also, at the very least, I hope they put season 1 either on Netflix and or on DVD, because I will happily buy that season 1. And if it helped the cause, I'll buy like a couple of copies of the season 1 and do a giveaway, because I love the show. I love the show. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And also, I mentioned this in my first video about Ambitions being canceled, but as far as I know, I don't know who to point the finger at about, who actually canceled the show. I mean, some people just want to up and say Oprah did it, but keep in mind that, what was it? Was it 25th? Was it 2017? Yeah, in 2017, Discovery Inc. bought a majority share in the OWN network. Basically, when OWN was first, actually created, it was a 50-50 joint, a 50-50 joint venture where Discovery owned 50 and Oprah owned 50. But then Oprah sold part of her 50%. Now Discovery Inc. has the majority and Harpo Productions had the minority. So I don't know who has the, I guess you could say, well, I mean, as Lady May said, there's never room for God in a 50-50 agreement. So I don't know who exactly was the person that said, yeah, we're going to pull the plug on this show. But I still raise my eyebrow at the fact that Ambitions was getting higher ratings than David Makes Man did. Yet David Makes Man gets a season 2, but then Ambitions doesn't. But then when you notice that Oprah was an executive producer on David Makes Man, it's kind of like, But all that's to say, I want to see Ambitions back somehow, some way. But hopefully it doesn't take too long. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check me out on social media. Links are in the description below. Make sure you share that petition around. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video.